Bro, it cannot be only me who notices this. Oh, you best believe it's just you, Knight. Now accept your degeneracy like a good little cat and join the dark side.
Perfect.
Never! Alright, listen up. I may be crazy as hell, but I know I'm not the only one who notices this. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, I'll make it simple. Has anyone else noticed the amount of feet in our content lately? And I know what you're thinking. Knight, you're overreacting. Am I, viewers? Am I? I'll show you what I'm talking about then. It all starts back when I was watching Dun Da Dun, specifically with Granny Seiko. Now, I'm not complaining in the slightest. Oh no. Honestly, wish I could see more of this woman. But what I am doing is stating the fact you can possibly make a portfolio with the amount of feet shots in this anime. But this isn't the only source viewer. Oh no, I have receipts, and they're long ones. And best believe they are crunkly. Allow me to explain my theory. Every single time they want you to really like a character, most notably a female one, they always pull out them dogs. No, not them dogs. Show me the real dogs. Man, I said the real dogs. Oh, why do you exist? I'll tell you why, because this always works. If a character has a foot shot anyway in the anime, manga, story, or whatever, you can best believe that character is important and is going to be around for a very long time in that anime, or series, or etc. Now, could this be a random coincidence that has nothing to do with feet in general? I think not. And I'm not even saying this is a problem. Hell, it may be the solution. Depends on what you like. I'm not judging. I just lied to you. I'm judging you like crazy right now, giving you the maximum side eye. And you cannot escape the maximum side eye of a cat viewer. No. What I'm really saying is, this is how it starts. Now, what starts, you say? The foot fetish, brother. Now, lock in, man, lock in. People with a foot fetish are sexually excited by feet. And this kind of fetish starts by associative learning. Basically, when feet are linked to sexual pleasure. Now, does everyone who likes a beautiful foot have a foot fetish? Doubtful, no. It's more than likely you just like the woman that the foot's attached to. But there are people who really have an insane foot fetish. And you know what I'm talking about. The kind of people who will pick up a heel and sniff it. Or the kind of man or woman who wants to be stepped on. These people worship feet like a saint. Now, is it weird? Yes. Am I judging? Yes. And do I understand why it happens? Hell yes. Let me explain even deeper through a complicated backstory that's pretty simple. From my childhood. Aww. Shut up, sound effects. It all started on a dark and mysterious day that was actually pretty bright and unmysterious. I don't know why I said that first part. But it was on that day that I saw a clip of Street Fighter, featuring, obviously, Juri. Now, I'm not sure what clip it was, or what exact Street Fighter game it was, or what year it was for that matter. Look, I forgot a lot of details. But what I do remember was those feet. This woman never puts on any shoes whatsoever. And I mean straight up walking outside with the dogs out. Feet to cement, feet to grass, feet to air, feet to face. And I'm telling you, this woman has to be the enemy of those little spiky brown burrs that fall off oak trees, because they do not affect her whatsoever. And while seeing this character in my childhood, I was left with multiple thoughts. And the first one was, goddamn, she fine. And my second thought, well, it was just, goddamn, I'm a simple man with simple thoughts. And I was not alone in this thought process.
Are you sure about that?
Silence! There was another thought in the back of my mind. It was so far back there, I could barely even see it. And it was a very simple thought that I finally found an answer to. And the thought was, obviously, why are her dogs out? Well, you probably wouldn't know this by looking at her because you're distracted by her feet and everything else. But Juri actually wears no shoes for stylistic reasons and game design purposes. More or less, it's because she uses her legs a lot while fighting. So by being shoeless, it helps her moves stand out. She's apparently a master of South Korean Taekwondo. And I read that her body design, at least for her legs, was purposely made longer and thicker, and her feet were made bigger, at least until Street Fighter 6, when they actually shrunk her feet size down a peg. But in the past, they were made bigger and thicker in the first place to illustrate all her attacks. And there are other reasons. Her being shoeless is supposed to symbolize her natural connection to the ground, freedom, and from social norms, and it's supposed to display a hardened mastery over her own body. Plus, for her overall appearance, it helps convey her wild, untamed, and sadistic personality as a drill-seeking character. And in all honesty, I like that. I like that a lot. Because we all know the real reason why she's shoeless. I mean, come on, you know. She's hot and people like feet. It's simple. But at the very least, her shoelessness has some kind of meaning behind it, besides making people go, step on me! Now, I was gonna talk about other characters, because I have a whole list of female characters who wear little to no shoes at all, who actually have a significant lore reason to why they wear no shoes. However, I'll let you decide when I do a part 2 of this video. I know this topic about feet can be a little cringy and uncomfortable for some, because everybody doesn't like to admit they have a foot fetish. I get it. The purpose of me making this video in the first place was to point out the rationality behind a shoeless character that's also very attractive. When people see a character like Juri, they usually think she's just for gooning material. And that's one of the reasons, yes, but she also has a good, rational, and complicated backstory that leads to her untamed, sadistic persona that we see today. For instance, I bet some of you didn't know that she used to wear dresses, and she had loving parents who were apparently rich. Long story short, girl has the Batman storyline. The Batman storyline, viewer. In other words, she's an extremely jaded character. And I say this jaded, sexy woman doesn't want to wear shoes outside, despite the fact that they can get very, very dirty. Then I say let the dogs fly. Anyways, tell me if you want a part 2 to this. I could do a whole playlist of videos about female characters' feet. Not to say I'm a feet guy at all, I'm more of an ass guy. Ha! Liar!